Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to round 13 of season 2 of our F1 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend here for the Hungarian Grand Prix in Magyar Nagadic. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live a few days ago from Hockenheim, I would highly recommend going back and checking out. It was actually one of our better races so far this season. We avoided a lot of chaos and because of that we have moved our way up the championship order. Admittedly now we're 21st overall, so we're ahead of Christian Albers, but we're still ahead, still behind Thiago Monteiro in the Drivers' Championship. Mark Webber, Jacques Villeneuve, and Antonio Luizzi, as well as Yuji Ide, still have failed to score points as well this season. But taking a look right up towards the top of the order, Michael Schumacher now with a 10-point lead over Fernando Alonso at this stage of the campaign. But yeah, this weekend though, we're back here at the Hungaroring. Obviously, this was where we did our debut race last season. We had a pretty good race until right towards the very end, so I don't want to get too optimistic like I did in Magny-Cours and things like that, but if there was going to be a track that we could score points at, this one has got to be one with potential. Get yourself subscribed if you're new. We're trying to hit 6k subs at the moment, and yeah, let's do this thing.
Slightly more than 4.3 kilometres of twisting Hungarian racetrack lie here in almost complete silence at the moment. However, all that is about to change as Saturday qualifying at the Hungaroring gets underway.
Well, fun fact then for you all, today actually when I'm recording this video is actually my birthday. It's the only video I think I'm going to be recording. I admit, with how my races on this series seem to go, it's quite a risky one. I might decide the mood for the rest of the afternoon, but maybe if F1 Championship position feels like I deserve a little bit of luck today, then hopefully things can try and go our way. The car does feel very, very good around this circuit, so I'm hoping we're going to have the pace to at the very least CQ2. But yeah, I've opted for a very high downforce setup, so a lot of the corners are completely flat out. Well, I don't know if it's because the cars were a lot smaller back in the day, or whether it's just F1 Championship Edition's weird kind of circuits, kind of the way they designed them inside the game, but Hungary genuinely feels like one of the widest tracks on this entire game. It's really, really odd, but yeah, it is certainly one of the easiest, I would say, to drive as well, combined with the fact the AI aren't particularly strong here. As you can see already on this qualifying lap, we've taken a lot of time out of the Toro Rosso car in front. Hopefully they're not going to hold me up through those final couple of corners, but I would like to get down into kind of the mid to low 118s here in qualifying. I'd like to, get a good competitive lap time on the board nice and early, which, to be fair, so far this lap has felt pretty hooked up. Like I said, just hoping that Toro Rosso doesn't slow me down through the final couple of corners. Oh, Ide does a 21.3. Little mistake at the final corner, but we will do a 118.3. Well, I'm pretty certain then everybody out in Q1, apart from Takuma Sato, is all of our drivers that haven't scored any points so far this year. Montero narrowly missing out on a Q2 appearance. We end up, though, P12. I reckon we could get into the 1-minute 17s, however. Well, hopefully in a display of our confidence early on in this session, we've actually let others go out set times early, and we're actually now going to go try and chase the time set by Ralf Schumacher. It's pretty much exactly what we did in Q1, but like I said, there was definitely a couple of mistakes on that first run, so almost losing the rear on the entry to that first corner. Hilariously banked inside this game, but I think it actually works. Well, I think Scott's speed as well is just improved, and I think he's posted himself inside the top 10. Ralf Schumacher as well doesn't seem to be improving much at the moment. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think Scott's speed is up at about P8 right at the moment. So clearly Toro Rosso as well, this track's suiting their car, or at least for the American. It's out in the final corner then our first run. It's not been perfect, but it hasn't felt like a bad lap. And 18.6 only puts us P15. I mean, that was pretty much as much as you want to take out of the chicane there, I'll be honest. I think we got a little bit lucky not to be done for track limits. But yeah, Rosberg, though, still with that 18.2 is what we're trying to chase there. This car, just for the first time ever, feels like it has really got a lot of grip. I can't look at the delta time at the moment. 6/10 up, though. There we go. So that's exactly what we want to see. Ralf Schumacher then back to the man on the cutoff, but are we going to break into the 1 minute 17s here? I don't believe there's much more time I can really find on this lap, as at the final corner, we do a 17.9, we go P9. Will that be enough for Q3? We just tried to go for one last lap then, whilst we've still got fuel in the tank, and we are going to just improve again. We don't actually move any higher up the order, but it does put us a couple of extra tenths from safety as Barrichello immediately behind improves. So I think that lap was critical. Well, there we go then. I did get it wrong. Scott Speed nowhere near fighting for the top 10 come the end of qualifying there, but we just squeezed by a tenth of a second over Nick Heidfeld, our third Q3 appearance of the year, but the other two went terribly wrong. Well, I'm not saying that I feel F1 Championship Edition deliberately tries to screw me, but especially with the fact, you know, that lap felt really, really good and we barely made Q3. The AI tend to get quicker and quicker against us when they're on race fuel as well in qualifying. I've opted to go really deep into the Grand Prix tomorrow, so I'm just going to, you know, get a couple of laps on the board just to make sure. But effectively, this is just race practice because, as always, I'm planning for if it rains. Yeah, that was not ideal. Tried to see if we could still take it flat out, and I think we've lost a wheel and punctured 2 others. Not exactly what I wanted, but I guess we'll move into the race.
Welcome to the Hungaroring in Budapest for this year's Hungarian Grand Prix. In 1986, the Hungarian Grand Prix made history when it was the first F1 race to be run behind the Iron Curtain. Characterised by its dusty and slippery surface, the Hungaroring has the tightest layout on the Formula 1 calendar, that is apart from Monaco. Overtaking here is very difficult, so a good qualification is absolutely crucial. The weather's dry for now. The forecast is for rain in the latter stages of today's race. On pole is Felipe Massa. Next to him in second is Fernando Alonso. Third is Jarno Trulli. Jenson Button lines up fourth. Fifth is Kimi Raikkonen. Next to him in sixth is Michael Schumacher. Giancarlo Fisichella is 7th. Juan Pablo Montoya starts from 8th.
Well, if you guys listen to Martin Brundle then in the pre-race talks, you'll have heard he mention there should be rain towards the end of the GP. And with all of our laps worth of fuel in the car, that could be really, really beneficial for us. Of course, we've got to try and make it to that point, and even then, you know, it kind of depends on when that rain falls, whether it screws over others on their strategy, but I want to believe today could be the day we can get some points on the table. I'd love to get Midland our first points of the year. Of course, our first ever career points as well would be really, really special. I believe, yeah, it was Hungary that the first time around I played this game, I got my first ever points, so would be quite nice if we got a bit of kind of a repetition there as well. But yeah, getting ready then to go green flag racing here. I need to get some more temperature into the tyres.
You know the drill by now. Here we go. The race is go, go, go!
Oh, nobody went anywhere there off the launch. Okay, well, we're immediately going to move our way up then into the podium. How on earth have we managed that then down in towards someone? Can we have a look down the inside of Jarno Trulli? Ugh. Oh, no, no! No! I think we haven't lost a wheel. I got no idea how we haven't lost a wheel, but we're going to lose bags of places. What on earth was that? The Toyota just dived it back down the inside. There's been chaos, though. I think Schumacher might be out of the Grand Prix. Barrichello, I think, is still running. No, Schumacher's still going. I think we've only lost the Toyota then, Jarno Trulli, who said we got down his inside at the first corner and he just tried to switch back on me, but gave me absolutely no room on the outside line of that first corner there. So yeah, that has rained havoc at the start of this one. Plenty of drivers gaining and losing places. I'll be very, very interested in what the top 8's looking like by the end of lap 1. Whether there are any sneaky surprises up there. But yeah, I mean, for us though, that has worked out horrendously. One driver it has benefited. Well, both Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa off the start of this race. As I mean, we're already catching back in on some of the slower cars in this one. But yeah, I mean, surely we're only down in P15 at the moment. Ide is right there as well as Thiago Monteiro. But what is our top 8 looking like then? Who has been the big gainers and who has been the big losers?
The field looks like this. Massa is first. Alonso is second. Raikkonen is third. Button is fourth. Fisichella fifth. He's moved up from 8th. Klein is 6th. Montoya is 7th. Heidfeld is in 8th place.
Well, Christian Klein then and Nick Heidfeld are the two jumping out to me that have really benefited from that start. And now we've got to be really careful already. Hopefully going to try and navigate some of these other backmarker cars. But yeah, we've got the BAR and the Ferrari still right behind me. So they will look to try and move past me if they can. As we look at the lack of speed through turn 4. Around the outside of the Super Aguri. Not quite able to find the grip there. Could have certainly been quite an audacious move as all that BAR is closing in. I need to try and put cars between us. And we will get by the Super Aguri immediately. Barrichello then is ruthless with his attack on us at the moment. Thiago Monteiro, though, running up in P13. Not for very long as we will dive to the inside of our teammate there. Again, try and put another car. Yep, engineer there telling us what I absolutely need to hear. But yeah, if we can just keep putting cars between myself and our rivals, it'll hopefully mean we're under less of an attack.
And now for a quick weather update. The clouds have been building slowly throughout the day, and it looks as though we have rain. This race is going to turn into a strategic battle for our teams and drivers out there.
Well, that is way, way earlier than we wanted, so yeah, that's a bit disappointing early on. And if ever I thought points might be possible, trying to score them in the rain here, that is going to be so much more difficult. Immediately then it's starting to feel like our pace is just stagnated a bit against some of these other runners. Rubens Barrichello behind me still looks very, very quick. So he might try and find a way through fairly soon. The only other thing I'm wondering, of course, is could the AI end up two-stopping this race? I don't think they need to, but the AI can do some weird strategies inside this game. So that could really help us out, especially if I do lines like that. Oh, we got oil down. No idea where it is, though. Is that it? I don't know if that was it or not. Oh, there's Barrichello trying to look around the outside. No, he's turned in on me. At least there we get to see the oil. But Barrichello there and I locking wheels. And that is Christian Klein.
Massa is first. Alonso is second. Raikkonen is third. Button is fourth. Fisichella fifth. Montoya sixth. Heidfeld is in seventh. He's moved up from 8th. And Nico Rosberg 8th. That's a gain of 1 place.
That was accidentally an incredible battle with Rubens then through those final few corners after the contact. That was like Massa versus, I think it was Kubica, wasn't it? In Fuji all those years ago. But come on, we can try and keep Barrichello at bay, but it's not going to happen for very long. He's absolutely mad. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I just was so getting worried there that Barrichello was going to try and dive me. Are we going to get a slowdown for that? Yes, we do. I go for a spin, and we still get a 6-second slowdown in this Grand Prix. So, well, that certainly is not what we needed at the moment. Ralf Schumacher and Michael are not a million miles away either. But we are going to have to dive into the pit lane at the end of this lap. There is no grip left on these dry tyres. Luckily, I have already requested to the team that we do that. But you can see we've just got nothing sliding around these final few corners then, as Barrichello immediately gains 8 seconds from all of that going on. Luckily, we shouldn't have to put much fuel in the car, I guess. You know, got to look at the positives. Even the pit lane entry here is hilariously wide inside this game. But come on then, we need to try and get a nice tidy pit stop. Come out still in a decent enough spot. Of course, as I said before, you know, the main goal is just to finish and try and get a decent result. But yeah, I think points today, unless something wild happens. Oh no, that's not what we needed. Come on, what button do I need to press? That one, that one. There we go. 10.8. Not as bad as the stop we had last week, but still far from brilliant. As we've got more oil down somewhere. I believe that's a Sauber gone. Is that Villeneuve out of the Grand Prix? Yep, Jacques Villeneuve then out of the Grand Prix. And we are down in P18. No! Hey! I've never had a car go around there on me inside this game. That was very peculiar. So try and get it going again then. And we are now down to last place The dream start to the afternoon has completely gone pear-shaped. Why is it every time we're having a strong race, something like this has to happen to us? I'm watching Takuma Sato's lap times right now. I'm pretty certain he's basically matching the times he was doing in the dry in qualifying. Can someone please explain to me how that makes sense? We're losing like 6 seconds a lap to what I was able to in the dry. Sato's lost about a second or so. I mean, I'm trying to keep up with him, and we're only losing a little bit of time each and every lap, but how can the AI be so slow in the dry and so quick in the wet around this venue? I do always think with races like that, it's probably a good thing that we had all the chaos at lap 1, because it would have been so much more depressing just slowly losing time to everybody else running up in the points there. Imagine if we'd been P3 by the end of lap 1, the rain had come down, and then we just didn't stand much luck as Felipe Massa now coming round to lap us with just less than 10 to go. I have noticed that we're taking lots of time out of E-Day and speed still up the road, so I think if we let Massa by pretty soon, he will definitely be able to lap them, and hopefully that will slow them down even more. Right, so you never quite know when the AI, are going to go around you, and we lost time there again, but I guarantee, yep, there you go, another penalty. I think that pretty much puts pay to any hopes we had of getting a bit lucky with some of the lap traffic there. Why is it slowing me down more? Like, I understand that it doesn't let me go on the throttle, but why is it slowing me down on purpose? No, no, no. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I mean, it was a pretty depressing race up to that point anyway, but 1-0 error, and again, this game will punish us. And, well, I mean, we were close to the end on that one, I guess, at the very least. But that right there is just how depressing F1 Championship Edition can be.
That's the 13th race of the season completed. Unlucky for some? Possibly. But it's provided an interesting spectacle once again. We take a longer break now, so teams and drivers can spend a little time with family and friends before we enter the final part of the season. Next stop is Turkey, at the latest Herman Tilke circuit, just outside Istanbul. With its notorious turn 8 ready to bite at anyone who's not concentrating fully, I can't wait for the action to start there. Join us in 3 weeks' time, where East meets West for another thrilling chapter in the F1 calendar. Goodbye for now.
Well, there clearly was a bit more chaos towards the end of the afternoon as Thiago Montero and Juan Pablo Montoya both also failed to see the checkered flag come the end there, but Luizzi, Sato and Speed all got the jump on UGE Day as well. So, yeah, very, very disappointed with the way that all ended up. Looking at our championship, though, Schumacher, his gap at the top slashed to just 2 points ahead of Alonso there, and even Massa still with an outside shot at the crown. Heidfeld now tied with Nico Rosberg, and he gets ahead of Ralf Schumacher and Christian Klein as well, and then no other changes as well on countback towards the rear of the field. But of course, the weekend we look strong, the weekend where we get a great start that admittedly didn't go well in turn 1, we're always met with rain inside this game. Thank you all so much for watching, though. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon ready for the Turkish Grand Prix.